Hello there and welcome back to the channel. This is Mel's Gaming here with another The Hunter Call of the Wild video. Now again, this is going to be a very quick update video similar to the one I posted earlier, as a couple of things have come out since even just posting that video earlier where we thought there might have been a clue for the new map, and it kind of looks like it might have been a red herring that was kind of thrown at us, maybe to try and just keep us off the scent of what the map actually might be or what this new content might be. But anyway, getting into it. So this was the picture that EW shared ahead of their live stream earlier, and a lot of us looked at it, didn't recognise it, and took a guess that maybe it was from the new map, maybe it was related to Africa, with that big river running down sort of the middle left there. And that seemed like quite a good guess, or that maybe it was somewhere in the desert. There was a lot of really interesting ideas with that. However, I have been watching the clue chats ever since then, and this picture got posted by a man called Snail Rancher. Now, at first glance, this might not even look too similar, but take note of the skyline there with those, like, peaks, and also the river on, again, the middle left. But first thing I'm going to take a look at is that skylined mountain in the very background. It has quite a distinctive peak and then slope. And when you compare that with the image from EW earlier, does that or does that not look like it matches up almost exactly with that peak and sort of like then slope that you can see there that is circled? So this picture from Snail Rancher was taken on Parque Fernando, and when you look at these peaks, comparing them to each other, and you take a look at that river, it fits almost perfectly with how things are lined up, and basically it to me just looks very similar. So I posted this into another Discord with Snail Rancher's permission, of course, and it does seem like a lot of people seem to now agree that this does seem to be an image that's taken on Parque Fernando. This also seems to be being backed up currently, as it seems that TK himself has said that there was no new content clue dropped within the earlier stream today, and that the only clue was the what do a gourd and Leighton have in common. But then there again, you can see, like, if you compare these two images closely side by side, and I know they're pixelated, I do apologise, but obviously when we're looking at things in the distance, it's kind of hard to make them unpixelated. But look how similar that is. Like, even the rocks and the environment with the, like, tufts of grass looks incredibly similar. I am 99.9% sure that this is Parque now from looking at these pictures and just seeing that peak and then trough. As I said, it is a bit harder to see on the one that's a bit brighter because, of course, you have the contrast. So you have that bit, like, there's not as much definition in actually seeing that peak and then slope as there is in the EW picture. But I think that that lines up perfectly. Like, to me, that looks just pretty much the same, just a very slightly different angle. And like I said, when you look at the river as well that was photographed on this Parque Fernando picture, if you look there, middle left of your screen, look at that and compare that to the image that EW posted earlier ahead of their stream. That to me looks so similar, with like having almost like an islandy type thing in the middle and those kind of like almost like fingers of water coming out of the river, if that makes sense. The shape of it looks pretty much identical. And again, thank you to Snail Rancher for number one posting these pictures and two letting me use them. So going back to what I was saying before, that TK said that these are still the only clues, and that the only clue that was talked about on stream is what Meggles posted, which is what do Leighton and a gourd bottle have in common. So it seems that this is basically all we have in terms of a clue, is what do Leighton and a gourd bottle have in common, and the gourd itself, for any kind of clue at all. And I wanted to make this video and talk about it, like, now, because I've seen there's there's bigger content creators than me that are posting about the picture and whether it's from the new map and stuff, and I thought it was, and I want to hold my hands up and say I'm probably wrong there, and it's probably not from a new map, because that does now looked like it's not from a new map from what's being said, and yeah, it just to me looks incredibly similar, and a lot of people agree that that looks incredibly similar. So I don't know. basically. There is no 100% definite confirmation except that the gourd is a clue and the what do a gourd bottle and Leighton have in common is a clue. So, kind of going backwards a step, which is a kind of a shame, but I would expect to see something more, maybe hopefully a bit more concrete in the coming week or so. So, I don't know. I would hope to see something a little bit more, something to give us a bit more of an idea of what we're actually looking at here. I mean, Meggle said that it's quite obvious from the what do a gourd and Leighton have in common that we kind of should get it and that a lot of people have already guessed it. So I don't know whether it is Africa or whether it's Mexico, because I've seen suggestions of ranging from Africa to Mexico to Asia. I've seen all kinds of different clues. So it will be really interesting to see what it actually does end up being, and like I said, I will always post on this channel talking about anything that does get confirmed, and also if stuff comes out like that map picture earlier, and it was said on stream that, hey, Meggles actually said that she took that picture because she wanted us to talk about it. So maybe this is another theory, and it is just a theory, like I said. I could be completely wrong on all of this, and I'm happy to hold my hands up in the end and say, hey, I was wrong, but there's still new content for us to enjoy. That maybe that picture was, posted to get us talking a bit more and see what, again, relates to water, because of that water that was so obviously within that picture that made some of us think that perhaps it was somewhere in Africa with one of the large rivers. But as TK has seemingly said, from what I've been hearing, there was no new clues at all from the stream. It literally just was the going back to what do a gourd and Leighton Lakes have in common. So I think currently take everything with a grain of salt, no matter who it is that you're watching or who it is. Basically, unless it comes from EW themselves, it seems like everything is just pure speculation and we don't seem to be getting any closer. Like I said, there's a lot of various different guesses, so I'm just going to be excited for whatever map comes out, really. I am going to absolutely love it, and I will always make content on it and post about it because I love this game so much. But I just wanted to update you because I didn't want anyone to feel that I talked about that earlier, said, oh, could this be a picture of the new map, and then didn't talk about the fact that it appears to now have already been debunked. So I hope that is, something that you guys will find interesting, and I hope you'll have enjoyed this video. And again, guess we're left with thinking, what do a gourd and Leighton Lakes have in common? Thank you very much for watching.